what's going on, y'all? I had to change. I want to rep my alma mater real quick. I got my sweats on. It's a little cold in the house, so I'm just, a little cozy. But I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about Married to Medicine. So I was going to do a review of the interview that Carlos King did with Quad. The interview was great, by the way. Carlos, you had another great interview, and I still might touch on that tomorrow. However, that was before I just watched this episode from last night from Married to Medicine. And I'm going to just say this. The Married to Medicine girls, y'all are dead wrong for how you did Quad. Y'all are so trifling and foul for how y'all did Quad. And Dr. Heavenly, you should really be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to tell you guys why. So, we all know Quad is not innocent. I think that, overall, like the girls, they're mad at Quad because, for one, I think there is a little bit of jealousy there. And for two, I think they're mad that for whatever reason, Quad has really distanced herself. I feel like each year it gets progressively worse since her divorce from Gregory. But I think that they feel a way because I feel like Quad be out living her life. She fine. She be going to Ghana and things. She be having the men want her. And I feel like she lives a life of leisure that perhaps some of the other women want. But I think that they all feel the way because like Quad has kind of gotten in with the it girls of Atlanta, the Yandys, the Porsches and all that. And I feel like Quad don't be checking for them. And I feel like, they feel a way about that. Now, Toya might have a little bit of some reason to feel a way about Quad, given, Quad did, and I don't agree with this, but she insinuated the things about Toya possibly having something to do with the break-ins at Anila's house and all of that stuff. But let me say this. Quad didn't deserve what happened to her. And Dr. Heavenly, and I love Heavenly, but I gotta call you out. Heavenly, you are so foul for this. And how you think that this is okay, that you conducted yourself this way, it's baffling to me. And here's a couple reasons why. Number one, Heavenly, when you were about to be in the same exact boat as Quad last year, the girls weren't checking for you. I'll be totally honest with you. I love you as a viewer, but I would never be your friend. Unless you had the type of loyalty for me that you have for Dr. Jackie. She's the only person that you don't come at. And, but like the way that you talk about these ladies on your YouTube, I would never speak to you. I feel like you have done so much more damage to these ladies in the relationships that Quad could ever do. You have trashed and humiliated Toya, specifically Toya and Simone, on your YouTube, Heavenly. Regardless if you feel it's true or not, and you're just making commentary about the episodes. If you're supposed to be my friend, like you cannot speak to me about me on your YouTube. Like with friends like you, Heavenly, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I love Dr. Heavenly. She's my favorite person on the show. But I gotta call a spade a spade. You have been so much more detrimental to these women than Quad could ever be. And last year when they called you out, the person that was sticking up for you low key was Quad. She was the only person. Now Quad felt the way because you have been ridiculous to her and putting her business out there. You have played her on your YouTube too. But Heavenly, like Quad stuck up for you last year when they were kind of trying to do the same thing to you last year, Heavenly. And for you to enable, because Heavenly, you could have put a stop to all of this. The reason why they carry through with this icing out of Quad, Heavenly, is because you were on board. If you had been like, nah, y'all, I have my issues with Quad, but we're not doing this, all of it would have stopped. All of it. But Heavenly, like you put the nail in the coffin for someone that, and I think of everyone, regardless of what Quad says, I feel like she truly has a true love for you. And as many chances as Quad gave you, Heavenly, for you to do her like that is abysmal. You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, I'm so disappointed in Dr. Heavenly. And I don't care, Quad, if Heavenly, you said last week on your review with Carlos King, you were like, yeah, but you know, she came there and she said she had no emotional connection with any of us. So what? That might be how she feels. She might feel like that. Y'all have literally plotted together to bring her ex-husband and the new chick on the show. Like, I wouldn't be enthused to film or speak to y'all either. Now, again, I am not saying that Quad is innocent, and I get it. I think that what y'all were looking for from her was for her to be like, I accept what you're saying. I'm sorry. And to like, because I will say this too. I hate apologies that are followed up by, I'm sorry, but this. I'm sorry, but that. I'm sorry, but you could have. I'm sorry, but I felt this. Like, I get it. Like, I understand. I hate apologies like that too. And I think y'all were looking for her to like just apologize and say, and to kiss y'all's ass. That's what y'all really wanted. But like, nah, y'all, that wasn't it. Because to me, you guys have done way more stuff to Quad than, from the viewer's vantage point. Now, again, I don't know you guys outside of this. So if there's things that we're not seeing and we're not privy to, then we're just not privy to it. But like on the show, you guys have completely humiliated this woman more time than one. There's countless, you know, outside. I don't like that Quad was insinuating what she insinuated about Toya last year. But outside of that, like, Simone, I don't know what you're mad at Quad for. Can y'all refresh my memory? Because I don't get it. Besides, like, petty little arguments, y'all would go to dinner and fuss and then, you know, whatever. But like, outside of that, what did Quad do to you, Simone? Besides, like, support you? And then they flash back to different instances where Quad was being supportive. I don't get it. Quad has every right to be there just as much as y'all. She's actually contributed more, especially more than Dr. Jackie. I love Dr. Jackie. I would love for her to be my gynecologist. However, she's boring as hell. Like, we're not gonna, Heavenly always gasses her up because that's her best friend. I get it. But Dr. Jackie's boring. Like, she doesn't contribute anything to the show. She does legitimize the show, given she's the doctor, you know, she's the biggest, you know, doctor really in Atlanta. She's the doctor to the stars. But let's call it that. We're not going to act like Dr. Jackie's bringing any conflict, anything interesting. She's not. Okay? But the way y'all did Quad is just, like, disgusting. To make an executive decision as a group like that and just ice her out, and just because she says she doesn't have an emotional connection and she's there to get her check, so what? That's why y'all are there. Simone, you don't really like Heavenly like that. Like, let's be honest. You don't like her like that. Y'all are getting along to get along. Like, I just wanted, I can't. Like, I'm so disappointed. I love, you know, I'm invested in this show. This is like one of my favorite shows I'm going to continue to watch. But I hope, and a prayer that there's a way that Quad can really stick it to all y'all and she stays on the show. I just, like I said, I don't get it. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. I know a lot of people don't like Quad for whatever reason, but the bottom line is that lady didn't do nothing to y'all. So what? She said the Sister Circle, they were more supportive than you guys. So what? Like, so what? That's a reason for you guys to never want to film with her. And like, for what? Like, why are you taking money out of her pocket? She's more entertaining than most of you outside of Heavenly. And Toya's not that entertaining. I'm about to go, child. I just had to come and talk to you guys about that because I cannot believe the way they did this woman. It's wrong. And I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing you guys can do to convince me otherwise. So, Quad, keep your head up. And I pray you can stay on the show somehow, some way. Bye.